What's happening, loungers? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. Listen, guys, make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in, okay? We are going to get into a lot of this hot tea that has been going on in the sector the past couple of days, okay? I did go live the other day. I said that I was going to wait on this epic breaking the culture information that we were supposed to get, but child, we never got that shit. But Shakim is out here dropping alleged tea, right? And I want to get into that. I also want to get into Photon show last night because I was listening in while I was working. And once I got done, I just kind of tapped in and said my little piece. But I don't know how clear that was because I was on my phone. So I'm going to talk about that as well because it was crazy, the stuff that P was saying. Also, there is some questions out here on whether or not what Stargate has been saying has been actually a real thing and whether or not it's a serious matter and whether we should be taking that seriously, right? So I'm going to get into that as well. As far as the new godmother situation, we're going to talk about all this stuff. But guys, listen, there is just so much drama in the LBC out here in these Umar sector, Svengali sector streets that I had to talk about some of this stuff today, okay? Especially after listening to Shay Shay Ra's little video. So we're going to go ahead and get into all of this, guys. So make sure that y'all sit back and relax so that we can enjoy the show, okay? Because we are about to get right into this right now. All right, so I don't know where I want to begin with this. Okay, I think I want to start with the Photon show because it kind of ties into a conversation that was also being had on Drama Show. So shout out to Drama. I did watch the show, as you guys know. I was in the chat, and Nikki gets on the panel, and everybody knows this whole kerfuffle that happened between her and I a few months ago, and how Breaking the Culture had spilled some half a tea on a situation and how that went. Ultimately, as it all has come out and spilled out, now we've got Nikki being recorded by Breaking the Culture and Breaking the Culture having spoken with her multiple times, and these conversations are coming out as they are. Really, to me, I mean, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion of it. I don't really give a fuck who's saying what. You understand what I'm saying? This is how long ago that was, number one. Number two, I don't have, any reason to be caring about any of that stuff. So I'm not even, trying to even get involved with that. My whole thing is this. My only issue with that situation was the fact that Ray Triggs had those recordings in his possession. That was it, and that is all. Okay. As far as me deciding I want to go and pick up a beef with Nikki and want to go back and forth with Nikki, I wish the fuck I would. It ain't even that motherfucking deep. I'm not even sure why we're still even talking about that, right? Considering how long ago this was, and since everybody is grown, it seems like at this point we need to move on. I don't need to prove to the sector or to anybody else what my feelings are towards Nikki. And I don't know why she feels like she does, but maybe she doesn't, but that's the way that it appears, right? But at the end of the day, nobody's asking you for, an explanation about any of this or any of that. If you feel like you want to give one, so be it. But it's been a while. So it seems like at this point, you might just want to let it go. That's probably the best bet. Because in all honesty, I'm just going to say this. Your opinion of how things went between me and you is not the same as mine. And that's just it. I have a completely different opinion than you do. Okay. And, I don't feel like I need to go and share that with the sector and explain all that and tell them how solid I am and how much I don't need you and how much I cut motherfuckers off first and all that other shit. Because that shit is childish. Okay. At the end of the day, like you said, you go your goddamn way and I'm going to go my goddamn way and we won't have a problem, sis. And that's just it. So I'm going to go ahead and move on from that one. Now, moving on to what I really wanted to talk about, okay, which I thought was really crazy, was I think we talked the other day about the whole situation with Eyes and how, stuff was happening concerning her child, um, and with breaking the culture and what was going on with that. The whole thing is this: at the end of the day, there is a whole lot of new attempts for kerfuffles happening out here, right? A whole lot of new situations being attempted to come up and trying to get people to jump in the pit and jump in the fire with each other and all this other shit, right? Being, i.e., the situation that came up on Photon show last night, where I was just listening in from the clouds, right? I'm doing making my little money on the side. I'm sitting here, doing my thing, and I hear this shit, and I'm like, what? Right? So I tap into the panel because P is on the panel, and Pistol Packing P, everybody knows P. He's going off on about Alan and going off on Joe and stuff, and then all of a sudden he says, "Oh yeah, Joe, that's why you and T Pre, you were talking to T Pre on the phone, and you said you want to be, it was something about her wanting to be with Alan or me wanting to be with Alan or something like this, and we're fighting over Alan." And I was like, what the fuck is this man talking about, right? So so now I turn it up a little bit just to hear what he's really saying, and he's just saying all this weird shit about Joe and how, yeah, I knew about that. How you think I knew about that? And I'm like, how do you know about that? Because I didn't even know about this conversation. And I'm allegedly the person that she was talking to, right? So listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. First of all, Alan is a married man, okay? I have a friend myself. I'm not trying to get with Alan behind the scenes. Me and Alan are cool. Alan is my baby. That's my boo here. He be hooking me up, be looking out for me and stuff. I'll be looking out for him and all that stuff, but we are not dealing with each other, okay? So I'm not sure where that came from, right? I don't know where that whole idea came from, but let me explain that from the rip. There is no issues, there is no relationships, no nothing like that going on between me and Alan. And me and Joe have never had a conversation like that. I don't know where that came from, where that happened, or any of that. And Joe obviously attests to that as well. Okay. So before y'all go trying to throw new people into a pit to fight and argue about shit and trying to come up and paint narratives and stuff, neither one of us know what the fuck y'all niggas talking about. Okay. So we definitely cleared that shit up for y'all. But for those who didn't hear it, or if you ever heard some weird ass narrative like that, none of that shit is going on. Okay. So P, that goes to show that, adults like ourselves, we have to vet information that we get before we go spreading information like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially, grown ass men, you know what I'm saying? Like, who are just like that. That sounded so high school. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, you can go off and talk shit and talk about this and Cameron and the girls, the hoe and all. You can do all that shit all night. At the end of the day, like you said, if somebody disrespects you, I can disrespect you too, right? And I don't feel like I'm disrespecting you. I just feel like, hey, you're like 60 plus. You're one of the oldest people in the sector, and yet you were on that panel gossiping like a female and like a teenage girl, and what you were saying wasn't even fact. Like, come on, bro. You got to do better than that. I'm going to need you to do way better than that. Okay. That's all I'm saying. But, and if you are going to go in and disrespect people, don't bring me the fuck into it, because I didn't have shit to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with Joe roasting your ass, and you can't take a roast from Joe. That's not my problem. That's not my issue. Do not bring me into that shit. And if you are going to bring me into it, make sure what you say is truthful, okay? Like, make sure you can at least say that what you're saying actually really happened, okay? If that's not the case, then, bro, leave me out of that shit. That was the most childish shit, that one of the most childish things I've seen in a very long time. But I just wanted to say that, and shout out to Photon. He out here doing his thing, had his little 5-hour live stream yesterday. I was going to go live and talk about some of this stuff yesterday, but since y'all were all live yesterday, I decided not to do that. But we can go ahead and talk about this stuff today. But I definitely just wanted to at least touch bases with that, because that was crazy, okay? And again, I was trying to ask you last night. I think all of us were asking me, Alan, and Joe, where the hell did you get that from? Like that was so random. You know what I'm saying? That was just really fucking random. And I don't know if it's because, y'all hear us all laughy, jokey, flirty on the panel with each other sometimes. But that's as far as that shit goes, y'all. Like, okay, it ain't that fucking deep. But anyway, let's move on a little bit to this other situation that happened yesterday with break. You know what? Yeah, we're going to talk about the situation with break-in because I'm going to get into her and Shakim's relationship as well in just a second as well. But I also want to play a video from a new channel. I am not going to mention the name of this channel because I want to protect this channel. Okay. There is a channel out here that is playing clips of various parts of people's videos. This person, I don't know if they want everybody to know that their channel exists, but they have certain clips on here that cannot be denied that things were said. Okay. So I definitely want to take a look at that. And again, I don't want to put that information out there, like as far as, everybody just run over there and subscribe because when this is what happens in this sector, when you get one of those channels that can drop clips on situations and put up the truth about what really happened in the sector, right? The AFWs and some people will literally go on a binge to try to get that channel taken down, especially if there's facts on there, right? Especially if you can show like what really happened, like who really called the police or, a situation like that. Like if you can do that, they will do their best to try to get that channel taken down. So I'm not trying to tell the people where that channel's at, but I found it. Okay. Shout out to you. And let me go ahead and play a clip from that video. So y'all can see what I'm talking about as well. Hold on one second. Let me get to that. Hold on. Let me go to my YouTube on here. With me just a moment. I'm doing a whole lot at one time, y'all. Don't mind me. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button too on the way in. Hold on. All right. All right, so I'm gonna play this video. So let me share my screen real quick. I'm gonna hide the screen. And I'll be with you guys in the comment section in just a second, guys. Bear with me just a moment, okay? Appreciate all of you for being in the building. Shout out to all of y'all. Hit the like button, guys. And we are going to get this screen shared because I want you guys to hear what Stargate actually fucking said, okay? Because there's a lot of questions around here about whether or not she was using the R word or the hard R, or whether it was that deep or whether it was that serious, and that kind of thing. And yeah, it was. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and prove that right now because I thought it was horrendous what was being said. Let me make sure that.
You know what? I can make peace with that because guess what? At the end of the day,
hold on, guys. It's coming up.
My intentions were genuine. I genuinely care about people. I genuinely want to see Black people do well. And so you have to make an omelet, you have to crack a lot of eggs. And that's the way I look at it. So fuck these bitch ass niggas. Fuck these nigga bitches. I'm going to be me. And if you find out to be a snake, I'm just going to have to just like, listen, I'll move on. I'm going to be okay. But my thing is, I look at it as people just got to stop being fake. That's the way I look at it. Make a change. They can't have.
Hold on, guys.
Real conversations because they have to do this records to like try to tear at your soul when they're just fuck niggas.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna go to the other. I'm gonna go to the channel
life.
on my
So I mean, this whole diss record thing is just it's a guise to cover their tracks.
All right, I'm gonna play it on my other.
You know he's talking to Code Fam, right?
Well, he's talking and.
All right, let's play that again because I wanted to play.
I genuinely care about people. I genuinely want to see Black people do well, and so you have to make an omelet, you have to crack a lot of eggs, and that's the way I look at it. So fuck these bitch ass niggas, fuck these bitches. I'm gonna be me, and if you find out to be a snake, I'm just gonna have to just like listen. I'll move on. I'm gonna be okay, but my thing is. I look at it as people just got to stop being fake. That's the way I look at it. Make a change. They can't have real conversations because they have to do this records to like try to tear at your soul when they're just fuck niggas in real life. So I mean, this whole diss record thing is just it's a guise to cover their tracks to make this.
You do know he's talking to Code Fam, right?
Well, he's talking and mainly me.
Well, I'm speaking in reference to obviously music is done over here. I mean, that's not a secret over these parts, so
right. But they're trying to like shame me into like I'm no dude's gonna ever put a ring.
Give me access to that laptop, Star. I'm gonna we're gonna get that track out.
See, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Like they don't talk about. Their whole goal is to tear me down and not take accountability for their bitch ass nigger shit. So with a Hardy
art. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was on purpose. That was
definitely on purpose.
Jennifer T is out. Jennifer T is out.
So like I said, niggers who want to step to other people who are genuine at heart, try to tear me down. That's just showing how. Listen, that just shows how, you're a fucking demon. You're a fucking snake. Like, I came here trying to get everybody to get along. You don't want to do that. You want to be here for the fuck shit. Just, Speak has admitted, I'm here for the fuck shit. But the fact that you're going to sit up there and coddle motherfuckers and come at me and then act like I don't have a right to respond because Speak is basically saying, listen, you've been doing this over and over again. Listen, I don't mind knocking nigger bitches out over and over.
Jesus. You just want us
I will call y'all out because at the end of the day, everybody's.
The world stops. What's happening, Brown Sugar Baby? I appreciate you being in the building, baby girl. Appreciate you and everybody else in here too. I will get with everybody in a second, but the world had to stop, baby. I had to say hey.
And listen, the people, whether they are in my chat or they're watching from the clouds, they are watching y'all be niggers. They're watching y'all act like niggers. What do you
mean in your chat? This is our show.
But listen,
y'all hear this woman?
Do you know how many views I got from the last show?
Yeah, a lot. I know, a lot. But it's still part of our show.
Here's the thing. The words of Jimmy Switchblade Stargate is only the words of my opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Fuck these niggers.
Oh, Lord Jesus,
niggers.
God.
I
see she's being deliberate with it. I see it.
I hope they feel in life. That's how I really feel because I came to the sector hoping everybody got along, but what they want to see is failure. And if that's what you want to do, then do you? Guess what? I'm gonna still build with people who want to build. Fuck you.
Okay, so we got through one. So Slender God said, "Is this the DVA show? The hard ERs, it's killing folks, Star. It's murdering people right now."
Listen, your nigger behavior is killing
Lord Jesus,
the Black community. Stop being niggers. Stop being.
I love the Black community, by the way.
So
I don't think we're hard ERs.
It's condoning the.
If you're,
it's a damn shame, y'all.
If you don't wanna be called a nigger, don't act like it.
Oh Lord Jesus, you're gonna get Nazis and skinheads. Like
Logically, that makes sense.
I don't believe in racism on anybody's part.
She don't believe in racism.
Black.
She don't believe in racism until you disagree with her in this sector. Then she has the right to call you a fucking nigger and use the ER, hard ER nigger. Now, for anybody that had questions about Stargate's behavior and how we need to just brush that off and we need to stop and how dare we speak on this and how dare we don't say something to some Palestine person years ago, which, mind you, everybody said something to him, including myself, including D. Darrell. To this day, Darrell does not let that man on his panel because of that. He said he can come in his chat or whatever, because you can't stop somebody really from doing that. But other than that, he's not allowed on his panels. He's not allowed anywhere. The only one that never really chastised him per se that I thought would have was Ghost, and it's only because they're both Muslims, right? So I don't know if he said something to him behind the scenes. I know that that's a thing between Muslims, that, you know, that if there is some issue, they will talk to each other privately before they say something publicly, right? So that's what I'm assuming happened with Ghost. But every other person in this sector had something to say about Muslim and that nigger shit. It was literally, it was nigga only. It wasn't even nigger. It was nigga that he said. And everybody pushed back on him. But people got over it because it was years ago, right? It was like 2 or 3 years ago. This shit is happening in real time, okay? And so that is why we are saying something about that. For anybody, okay? That's anybody. If it applies to you, it applies to you. I don't give a fuck if you in your bag about it. If it don't apply to you, it don't apply to you. But that is for anybody who had questions on whether or not this bitch was calling us the actual N-word. Now, there is a point that Tiff P made, and I will say this, okay? Not that I agree with everything you said, but there is a point you made. A point that you made is that women in this sector have been telling you guys this for a long ass time. We have been saying, why is it okay for this girl to be on y'all's panel? Some of the men who are up in arms now, why is it that it was okay for this woman to be right on y'all's panel calling us women black nigger bitches for a couple of years? And nobody had nothing to say as long as Stargate's light-skinned ass wasn't disrespecting y'all niggas. Like, let's be real. Let's keep it a beam, right? When we talk about betrayal and how we're feeling betrayed out here, is it really that? Or how many people actually turned a blind eye to that shit until it became you as the fucking target? Or it became, you know, your peoples as the target or some shit like that. Simply because of what? Oh, because you disagree with her. Because you gave her pushback. Just like the women did. Every other woman who was pushing back on Stargate was simply pushing back on her for her bullshit. Okay? And for her nonsense. And in doing that, we became every black nigger bitch under the sun. And nobody had nothing to say. We all had to push back, fight back, and do this windmill on this bitch on our motherfucking own. Not that we had a problem with it. Not that we couldn't do it, right? It's just the irony of it all now. Like, while we're sitting here like, oh, wow, like all this outrage now. Where was all this outrage a couple weeks ago when it was all good? You understand what I'm saying? I think that's where the women are kind of looking at y'all sideways. Like, oh, really? Now y'all in your bag? Okay. I understand where Tiff P came from with that statement, because I felt that, right? I want to say this though, and shout out to Ghost. That's my boy though. Like, that nigga be trolling the shit out of a lot of y'all. Like, y'all don't understand. I think y'all catching on now. But here's the thing, right? This whole godmother, godfather title thing, right? It's all to get people in their bag. That's it. That's all it was all about. I know LV has caught on to that. You know, there's others that just know that this is not really a thing, right? Ghost literally knew that Stargate would feel some type of way about that. Okay, like because she really holds this godmother title dearly. She holds it to her heart, holds it to her soul. Like, you know, she's really everybody's godmother. You understand what I'm saying? So she knew that this would rattle her soul, that her arch enemy in the sector, Carrie Ann, Ghost is hopping out, and she is like, Stargate looks up to Ghost. He's like her god, you know what I'm saying? Like her Philly god and shit, you know what I mean? So, you know, he's like, okay, let me go ahead and just snatch your title, you know what I mean? And give this to your arch enemy just to get your fucking attention. Because I know that's going to get your attention because that's how fucking dumb your ass is. He ain't saying that, but I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, she really, really cares this much about this godmother title, and he knows that. So he used that to troll her ass, okay? So Tiff, it ain't that deep. You know what I mean? Like the whole time, this entire godparent title from the rip has been a troll move. Like back when Drama and them used to fuck with Darrell all the time, and then he just came out and was like, yo, you the godfather. You see how everybody is, you see how AAS is doing you? You see how Rev G is doing you? They coming for you, and you out here just slaying these niggas, you just winning. Listen, you the godfather, right? When Darrell took that title and just like was like, yeah, I'm the godfather, you know? I'm the godfather. These niggas was in a bag, like niggas been in a fucking bag. All of a sudden we had live streams of people trying to change up the title of the godfather. Who's going to be the godfather? I even had a roast on Darrell with the godfather called the god bitch, god daddy. Like all that shit. We did all of this shit in this sector. Like y'all, some of y'all take this shit way too serious. Like way too serious, okay? But ultimately, it all ties back to one space. And I'm going to get into that, okay? Because like I said, this whole thing that's going on with that nigger bitch and all that stuff, you know, it's just funny with the selective outrage that's happening now. But where was all this outrage before, right? And why is this outrage selective only in certain places and in certain spaces? Like, it's not with everybody. It's not with everything. It all depends on who, you know, and that kind of thing, right? I think we've all picked that all up, which is kind of the superficialness of Shakim's video, right? Because Shakim, you and I both know what's up with this whole behind the scenes shit, right? We're aware of like a lot of shit that goes on. We've already had a taste of breaking the culture. We already know what's up with her. You're aware of a lot of shit about her too. I'm gonna leave that where it's at, because I know you got a strategy. I don't know what it is, you know what I mean? I'm hoping the sector ain't gotta like pull you up out of some shit, you know what I mean, or whatever. But okay, if this is the road you want to go down, we're gonna go ahead and just let you go down that road, okay? God bless your son. But either way, okay, either way, we are very well aware of a lot of stuff that goes on with breaking the culture. We know that you and I, Shakim, know that breaking the culture definitely likes to, what's the word I'm trying to use? She likes to doctor up documents. She likes to change up the way, you know, do screenshots of stuff to make things appear a certain way and make it look like you got it this way or that way. Just various things she likes to do. And, you know, I wouldn't trust anything that came from her, right? So I'm just saying that to you before you go jumping out the window with information, right, that you're receiving from her. Because this is the thing with breaking the culture. Breaking the culture and anti-Afro are very much alike, right? They're both very much pussy, okay? They don't like to actually put information out themselves. They'd rather give it to somebody else. And I'm going to tell you the style that I'm watching you use right now, Shakim, okay? I remember back when me and Breaking were cool and stuff, and I was still like kind of on her side about this whole Daryl Moore stuff that was going on, right? I remember her telling me, you know, when she was telling me all about the CPS stuff and how the FBI and all these people were coming and rescuing her kids and everything. I remember when she was telling me all these stories, and I was trying to get more clarity from her because I'm trying to vet what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I promise you, when I get this paper and I get that paperwork, and Ray is even coming out now and talking and like corroborating a lot of stuff that I've been through with her too, right? She'll be like, oh, as soon as I get this, as soon as I get that, I'm gonna make sure that I get it to you. She wanted me to break the Daryl Moore story to the sector, break the Daryl Moore story to the whole world and what was going on with him and all this stuff. And she wanted to use my platform to do it and all this, and you're gonna make it, and you're gonna, and I'm just like, and I'd let her know, like, I don't know if I want to do that. Number one, I'd have to see the evidence of it. You know what I'm saying? You got to send me this paperwork. You got to show me that he's actually, assaulted somebody's kids. You got to show me that he, has this gag order. You got to show me that, let me see your transcript, has this gag order. You got to show me evidence of this stuff. I can't just tell the world something because you want me to tell the world this stuff. Okay. And she didn't like that. She wanted me to just open my mouth and just turn on my camera and just tell y'all this whole elaborate story about Daryl Moore, kind of like AAS did, without any actual evidence, right? And so what I'm watching you do right now, Shakim, is exactly that. I'm watching you get quote unquote evidence and quote unquote information from your shout out to Breaking the Culture, Silas, the biggest liar in the sector, right? We're watching you in real time actually do that. And then, start talking about what Ray said about propane and all this other shit. Bruh, if you believe anything Breaking the Culture gave you, okay, I don't know what to fucking tell you, son. Like, if she would lie on you, if she was willing to set up an entire Patreon account to lie on you, and I got the evidence of that. I got proof of that. I got her own messages, her own emails and everything, giving me the Patreon information, giving me what to set up, what to say. Like, she was doing that. Okay? Like, yeah, bro. Okay? If you don't understand that information that comes from Breaking the Culture has to be vetted, you cannot just take whatever she says and go on this big campaign to have this huge Watergate showdown for everybody. Are you crazy right now? If you don't let that bitch show her own receipts, shout out to the smoke motherfucking God. Because that nigga told that bitch, no, you could do this on your own show. Whatever information that you got from me and that you want to validate me on, I want you to tell the public. I need you to put that on in public, and I need you to put that on your page. You ain't about to set me up, huh? Okay? That's what he was saying. He ain't say all that, but that's what he was saying because he was smart. Because niggas understand Breaking the Culture cannot be trusted. She don't fuck with you, Shakim. Okay? I don't know what part of that you don't understand. I think you do understand. I hope you understand. I hope you have some other reason why you're just pushing all that under the rug and you're still putting out information for her sake. Okay? Not understanding that the information she's giving you is fake. Okay? And she knows you're going to go with it. That's crazy. You have done that multiple times in this sector. Multiple times, son. Okay? From the Rev G story to now this to other things. Like, you've got to vet the information. You got to look through it. You got to go and do some checks and balances on it to see if it's actually fact. See if you can pull up something substantial, something like that. You got to do that before you just hop out the window with stories for people. Okay? And like I said, if the story is real and the story is factual, Breaking the Culture herself would hop on top of that to make sure that she is that bitch with that victory, that narcissistic bitch. Okay, I'm sorry, Darrell, I know. And sorry, Samba, I know, okay. But anyway, that narcissistic bitch, okay, would hop out the window, okay, and definitely be the one to be the savior of the day for the sector, saving her name and showing the sector, look what I got on Ray Triggs. She would be that bitch to do that. No, she's giving it to you because she knows it's a lie. She knows it's false. Whatever it is, we know it's going to be false. Even if it's spliced and diced up little pieces of conversation and all this other. I promise you, it's not real. Because if it was, that bitch would be releasing it. She'd be the one putting it out, not you. She would be the one giving that information out. But Shakim, once again, I don't know. Maybe Ray is right. Maybe my new bestie is right. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you really are the sector lick. Okay, maybe they are able to just get you to just do whatever they want you to do. But either fucking way, it doesn't really matter. Okay, because ultimately, at the end of the day, this all comes back to one place and one person. Okay. Fuck breaking the culture and Shakim and Ray and everybody else that's now topping in the pit. We got P trying to hop in the pit. We got this person, that person. He's trying to throw me and Josephine in there and all this. Listen, all these other minions and people and stuff and situations are actual distractions to one situation. Okay? One situation that we've been talking about for quite some time. And we've been talking about in detail lately and have definitely still been going on. And that is AAS and her bullshit. We have not forgotten what's going on with you, Andrea Stewart. Okay? What's happening with you and the California Board of Behavioral Science and your license numbers and information. See, when the heat gets hot on AAS sector, okay, when the temperature turns up in the kitchen, AAS is classic for doing this. She will start grabbing up this person and that person and throwing this beef together and throwing that beef together to get people to beef and to go back and forth. And next thing you know, it's a big kerfuffle and a huge this and a huge that just to get the heat off of her. Just this, that's all. That's the only thing that she wants to do. Okay? She will use anybody and everybody to do that, including Shakim Ra. She don't care. She don't like you. She'll never like you. But I bet you, I can put money on it that somewhere behind the scenes, all right, Breaking the Culture is trying to butter up Shakim to AAS and do the same to AAS because that's what she tried with me. Oh, AAS likes you for real. You know, she really like you. She actually does fuck with you. And, you know, I know you don't really got a problem with her, you know, but she don't really have a problem with you either. She just don't like some things about people that you've been around, but she don't really got a problem with you. Actually, she's always telling me that she fucks with you. I bet you them words were fucking 100% exactly the same. That's what she does. Like, this is what she does. Trying to butter the two up, you know, and then talking shit about AAS to you and then talking shit about you. Like, this is the shit that Breaking the Culture of Silence fucking does. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's so obvious. And it's even more obvious to everybody in the sector. It's not even funny. And I'm going to need you to just stop pretending that that's not what's actually happening, son. Okay. Because you know that that's what's happening. All right. Shout out to Darrell for the $100 super chat. He said, keep your knee on her neck. She think we forgotten. We ain't forget shit. And we are not just fucking distracted. You understand what I'm trying to say, bitch? We have not forgotten about your motherfucking license number. We have not forgotten that information has yet to have been updated. Okay. We have not forgotten of where you work. Okay. We have not forgotten your NPI number. We have not forgotten that all that information will be used to hold you accountable for the crimes that you have committed against the people. We're not playing with you, AAS. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you want to fight. What motherfucking drunk motherfuckers want to jump out the window and do dumb shit like fucking jackrabbits? Who fucking cares, bitch? We on that motherfucking ass. And that's all the fuck it is, okay? I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck what you want. That's just what it is. Shout out to also Alan for the $20 super chat. You said P just want to be loud and exotical, okay? And for what? Like at 60 plus? Like, come on now, bro. I'm gonna need you to just do better than that. I ain't trying to be funny or nothing. I'm dead ass. Like, I'm just one of them bitches that's gonna tell you about it. I don't give a fuck. You ain't gotta fucking like what I'm saying. But anyway, talking about puppet strings and puppet masters and all this other stuff, the bottom line is, okay, the puppet masters are where we know exactly who the puppet master is in this sector. She has her own set of puppet masters, okay? But we have a puppet master in this sector, and it's that bitch. We're keeping our knee on that bitch's neck. We're not playing with that hoe, okay? Yes, we have not forgotten about you, and we are holding you 100% accountable for everything that you have done to every person in this sector. Everybody. Now that you got people pulling back, you got people not fucking with you no more. You got people not hopping out the window doing the fuck shit, right? Now you're trying to come up with a new strategy and throw this together and throw that together. Bitch, give it up. You're caught. Okay, that's it. Your crimes have been caught. We're not letting this go. We're not forgetting, and it's not over. And that's just it. And no matter what, how many times Breaking the Culture rides around Wilmington, Delaware, and rides around in Newark and all that, bitch, go take care of your kids. You need to go ride to Ohio and go get the 2 kids that you're still not taking care of, okay? Because that's just that. No matter how much you file in court, no matter what you file in court, the kids still exist. That's not my fault, okay? That is not my problem. And I can prove that. So I don't know what, you think is going to happen riding around in Wilmington and all that shit's going to make me feel some type of way. I'm still going to tell you about you abandoning your kids, honey. Okay, that's not my problem. You might as well go ride around all these other towns where everybody else is talking about it too. Okay, because you're not stopping a motherfucking thing. Period. Pooh. Now, anywho, that was it. That's all I really got. I just wanted to make sure that we definitely stayed on that bitch's neck, because everybody's out here want to fight and go back and forth and talk about people's dicks and all this and all this. That shit is irrelevant, y'all. AAS is caught red-handed, okay? We got that bitch by the fucking neck and by the balls, okay? And we're not playing with her, okay? And we're still not done. And we got her. We know exactly who she is, and she's mad about that. So she knows that. That's why she's trying to do all this deflection and trying to get everybody else to fucking fight. The Ray Triggs and Breaking the Culture fight is the fuck over. Ray ethered your motherfucking ass, bitch, okay? We already know that Ray is into the fuckery. We already know that. We don't give a fuck what the fuck you reveal or possibly could reveal about what he said or did. He already told us. Him and his whole team are into the fucking beef sector, bitch. We already know what the fuck they fucking do. We don't give a fuck. We don't fucking care. All we cared about was what the fuck you've been doing for AAS. Because he ain't working for AAS. You are, though. That's all we cared about. Period. Now, let me go ahead and get into these comments, because I appreciate all of y'all for being in the building. You said, what's going on, Miss Pre in the building? Building. Appreciate you, Stephanie Collins. What's up, the ancestors? I appreciate you being in the building. Clark, what's going on? You said good afternoon, Miss T Pre. Afternoon chat. Hey, what's up, Brixton? I appreciate you there over there across the lake. I appreciate you. You said, hey, Miss T Pre. You said, love your new profile pic. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, nonconformist. What's up, TCTV? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, hey, T Pre. You said, shout out to Pre in the lounge. What's up, Vici? I appreciate you. One of my favorite loungers in here. You said, hey, T Pre. What's up, Divine 7? Also across the waters over there. Miss Beautiful Bernice, I appreciate you, sis. I did get your email this morning. Shout out to you, sis. You said, hey, sis, T Pre and chat. You said, thanks for watching, everyone. Please share and subscribe. Appreciate that. Miss Murph, the vest lady. I appreciate you passing out vests out here, keeping us safe in these YouTube streets. I appreciate you. You said, hey, T Pre mods and chat. You said, hey, brown sugar baby, I love you. I appreciate you for coming in the building. I had to stop everything I was doing to say hey to you. Truly appreciate you coming in today. You said hello to everyone. You said hey to brown sugar. You said hello. What's up, Speakeasy? I appreciate you being in the building. You said hey to beautiful Bernice. You said brown sugar, run girl. This sector's blowing the heck up. Child, she ain't got to go nowhere. She's one of the founding mothers of the sector. We all up in this bitch together. All of us sisters are in this bitch together, and that's all it is. So she know what it is. Bussing and cussing. I don't know who that is. Man. You said, why is Star so needy? Child, she's still needy. It don't make no damn sense. You said, it sure is. You said, binary is letting Star take the complete fall on this shit. Now, I want to say something about that busting and cussing. I'm pretty sure you've been around for a long time, even though your profile's pretty new. Did I or did I not tell y'all? And binary, you probably in the clouds, but if you're not, you're going to catch the replay. So shout out to you. Did I or did I not tell y'all a long time ago? I think I'm going to put a link to that video in this description box. A long time ago, I told y'all that binary is trying to set up Stargate for the entire sector to turn against her, right? I said that shit, y'all. And I did it with cards, too. I was actually doing a reading on them. And I was like, yo, binary is trying to set up Stargate to for the whole sector to turn on her. And at this point, the entire sector has turned on that girl. He did it. I said he was trying to do it slowly and surely, because he's just, that's how he is. He's got a, like, sadistic like that. So, yeah, and he did it, y'all. He did that shit. Don't make no damn sense. Can y'all hear me? I'll put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. I hope y'all can hear me. You said, so is she a hard ER? Takes one to know one, child. A hard, He says, that Creole blood that got sis thinking she's white. That's what I'm thinking too. And I'm not saying that all Creoles do that or whatever. I'm just saying that is not something that's not heard of in that in the community. You know, that definitely happens, and that we are often looked down upon as darker skinned people, you know, Aboriginal of the land and so forth. There's a lot of nasty history with that, you know, that we really have to talk about. But for anybody who is just telling us we need to stand down, what side of this hip fence are you on? You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I'm not standing down to none of that shit. Well, I'm not tolerating that. But the generation of my children, they don't tolerate that. My youngest child, it's like unheard of to him, right? And then, like, I can imagine what his children will be like too, right? It's just not a thing. That's just not a fucking thing. So doing that is foreign. Talking this way is foreign. You understand what I'm saying? It's not acceptable at all. And you'll be dealt with for it, period. Nobody's afraid of you motherfuckers talking that shit no more. This ain't 1965. This ain't 1950. This ain't 1970. This ain't 1930. You understand? Do you know what year you're in? Talking that shit to black people? A nigga will put a bullet in your head for that motherfucking shit nowadays. You understand what I'm saying? You better watch what the fuck you say to people, because nobody's taking that shit. Nobody's taking that disrespect. You understand? And we need to be on one accord when it comes to that. I don't give a fuck where the fuck you from. You understand? Like, we when we talk about Pan-Africanism, when you talk about black people being on one accord, it's not necessarily meaning that we all have to be a monolith, right? There's a difference. We don't all have to be the same and all have to walk in the same direction. All Jewish people don't walk in the same direction. You understand? But there is a code amongst them, period. And it's the same with blacks. We need to be this way across the world, everywhere. It has to be a code that we have to be on. But again, we're all arguing over what that code should be, and arguing over, you know, how far out of the code we go, and, you know, what's included in the code, who should be included in the code, and all this other stuff. And, you know, that's understandable too, because we're in that time of cleaning. We're in that time of cleanup, right? We're in that cleansing time. So yeah, that's understandable that we're having these conversations, you know, but that's where we're at right now. We got to get on one accord, and we must talk like that. We must keep opening that up in the spirit, opening it up, you know, to the newer generations and so on, and not just keep, you know, just keep pretending that that's, you know, that's not something we have to do. It don't matter where you're from. If you're black, you need to be on that same accord, period. It don't. He said, this girl needs to get off the internet and get a therapist chair. Her who life is revolves around the internet. It is sad, ain't it? It really is. He said, Clark, hello, baby girl. You said, T-Pre, you spot on. Yep. You said, hey, I'm Nivea. I haven't seen you in a while. You said, I think it's stupid to split hairs. There's no difference in the punctuation. Both are one and the same. Okay. And some people really do feel that way. You said, I am Nivea. You said, correct, I am Nivea. It's the intention and vitriol behind her meeting. Exactly. He said, hey, brown sugar baby. He said, facts, she's childlike. She needs to grow up. She seems off, very, very much off. He said, and the women were jealous, right? Like, really, that was stuff that men were saying. Like, some of the men that, and they were trolling and stuff like that. But I don't think they knew how far and deep this would actually go, right? And how deep this keeps going. But yeah, that's exactly what was going on. Don't make no sense. You said, the titles are pathetic unless you live your life 24/7 online. Okay. He said, Star is cute, but not enough to be jealous of. Okay. Like, really? It ain't that deep. She's pitiful. Child. He said, I am Nivea. He said, these titles are too goddamn much. Okay. He said, I don't feel sorry for her at all. And don't. He said, Star's the sect is afraid of. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You said, hey, brown sugar baby. You said, sounds like her friend AAS. Okay. And what's happening, Alan? Appreciate you. You say, yeah. You said, AAS, they are so alike, aren't they? It don't make no sense how much her and Breaking the Culture are just, they are like one and the same. Like, just Breaking is a few years younger than her. But yeah, they're one and the same, man. They are one and the same. You said, Alan Logic. You said, Breaking is catching bullets for her dealings with AAS. She's going down and AAS will be left standing as per usual, at least in this sector. But AAS is going down in real life. Like, she's got a lot to answer for. And she knows it. That's why she hasn't been talking about that. She's been trying to talk about everything around that because she knows what's going on. She knows what's up. You said that would be on Shakim. You said, don't like to listen anyway. Some people always got to learn the hard way. Unfortunately, he may just have to learn the hard way with this. But he'll go down with that ship, and it I don't know. Maybe the sector will help him out of it. I don't know. You said, hey, the beautiful Bernice. He said, Shakim is sick for real, y'all. He said, hey, He said, his stories do sound like a pile of lies. All right. Her stories always sound like a pile of lies. I would vet anything that girl says, like anything. I would not trust nothing that girl is trying to say in regards to anybody. I wouldn't be trying to do any of that. Yep, you said she got the Christian Post with the okey doke with the Victor Cousins lies, and that's when they stopped telling her story. They had actually pulled the story. Well, no, they kept the story in there because it was already online, but they stopped talking about it because it was supposed to be like a whole series on it. They were supposed to be, quote unquote, interviewing all the other women. None of the other women ever came forward because literally none of them existed. Okay. There was one woman that Victor had been dealing with over the years, but it wasn't the same as what Breaking the Culture was trying to say. Right. And it was totally different. But that woman didn't even talk to the Christian Post. That woman had talked to whatever that guy's name is, the pastor that's above Cousins, that guy, whatever his name was, she had talked to him. And that's alleged too, because there's still no real story on that. And there's some other stories behind and around that too, concerning Breaking, her sister, alleged sister, and some of these other pastors out here. It wasn't just Victor Cousins. So, yeah, but either way, that story never was vetted, and it was never properly told. And yeah, Breaking be lying. She be lying to get her fucking way. That's what she do. She will lie and tell like super lies, and then look at you like you crazy because you don't believe her. Like, like be mad at you because you don't believe her lies. Like, because her lies be so elaborate. They be so elaborate. Like, you gotta at least give us something we can believe, child. Like, you can't be out here just telling us shit and we can't even halfway believe this shit. Like, come on now. I'll never forget when that girl told me that the Homeland Security was assigned. They had assigned a security guard to her crib, and they was standing outside her door and all this stuff to protect her from Daryl Moore. And I'm like, bitch, I could do that shit. Girl, you want me to stand outside your door for Daryl Moore? I'll make sure you're good, okay? You don't need Homeland Security. You got me. I'm going to bring me and a couple of my bitches. We're going to come out here. And I promise Daryl Moore ain't going to fuck with you no more, okay? That girl be telling real fucking fibs, y'all. She be telling real stories, y'all. It'd be crazy. You say, yep, Smoke does not want to get caught up again, and I don't blame him. Facts. That was very smart. I saw him look up too. Shout out to Mrs. Smoke too, right? I'm not saying that Smoke didn't do it on his own, but you know, Smoke looked up from where he was sitting at. And I saw him look up, and then I saw him look, you know, back down at the computer. And I'm pretty sure Mrs. Smoke had came in that room and was like, "Nigga, if you take anything from that bitch." If you take anything from that hoe, you already know what the fuck it is. And it's not that she would think that, you know, he would be trying to get with her. It's she knows she can't trust him. You know, she knows that she can't trust that girl. So she's trying to make Smoke know, like, honey, you can't trust that bitch right there. She's going to lie. She's going to try to send you some bullshit. Next thing you know, you're going to be out here jumping out the window over some bullshit that never fucking happened. Oh, Ray Triggs said this and that. No. Who cares? We already know Ray and the Smoke don't really fuck with each other anyway. So you're not dropping any fucking bombs on nothing. Period. Bottom fucking line. Nobody believes you, bitch. On God. Don't make no goddamn sense. He said, Clark, I don't blame her. AAS is pulling the strings. 100%. Exactly. 100% facts. He says she's pure. She sure does. Pure demon. You said, and that's a fact. You said P has mommy issues. That's why both his wives left him. He gives I beat women vibes. Child, listen. It's kind of like when a woman hears, you know, I can tell the difference in some stuff, right? I can tell some niggas that be talking, you know, I ain't gonna say nobody's name. I'm tired of calling niggas pussy around here, but they already just know. Just leave me the fuck alone. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, you know, you could tell how a man talks, right? And how he's yelling or whatever, and how he's venting, whether he's pussy or not, right? Or you can tell whether he's like the type of man that it really has anger issues, right? Or like really has a problem and he really will blow the fuck up on men and women, right? Or he'll just blow up on women or whatever the case may be. I get certain vibes from certain people around here. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, I mean, ain't nobody going to beat my ass, but I'm just saying, you know, I do get vibes from certain men around here that you ain't got no problem putting your hands on females. You know what I'm saying? But if a man stepped to you, your pussy ass would crumble like hotcakes, you know, on a winter day, you know. That's what I'm thinking you would do, right? And that's how you sound, right? You think it sounds so tough and you sound pussy, you know. I'm just saying, if it applies to you, it applies to you. I didn't say nobody's name. If it applies to you, it applies to you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should just do better. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like, we're too old for this shit, you know, and you don't got nothing to prove to anybody, because I ain't proving shit to you motherfuckers, on God, unless you really want me to. And then I will come outside and prove some shit. Like, you know, I ain't got no problem doing that, on God. He said the North remembers, okay? Okay. He said, what's up with the late notifications? My bad, I am human. You need to check your email, unless maybe I need to check mine now, but you need to check your email. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you need to check your, I did email you, so let me know what's up, okay? You said she's the damn devil, child. You said, hey, what's up, slander guy? You said the Shakim and AAS link up would be the craziest shit ever. You should see what's happening though. If y'all niggas don't see what I see, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't think that they're actually linking up with each other. But I'm telling you, I know Breaking is trying to get them to get along, because she tried that shit with me. She tried it with me and Rev G. She told me Rev G wanted to call a truce with me and all this other shit, and it was like really crazy. Like, it was just weird. He said, "What's his channel name?" and Smokes. I'm not sure who we're talking about right now. He said, and she's welcome in Austin. We can have tea and listen to the Grand Ole Opry Gospel Hour. Okay, so to say, now I do know that just based off of what she told me a few months back when we were still talking, that they had come down here. Her and Danny had came down here for they stayed at the the Hotel DuPont, which is like a really old historic hotel. It's super expensive to stay there, and the only way that you would really enjoy the location now is if you stayed in like the actual presidential suite, which is what the president stays in if he's in town, you know what I mean, or something like that. He also goes home because he lives here in Delaware. But, but the president of the United States themselves, like if outside of Biden, will stay at Hotel DuPont when they come into Wilmington. Kamala Harris stays there and so forth. Obama's been there many times. And all kinds of other presidents. So, but it's a decent place, but it's only nice if you stay like in that actual suite, right? You got to have a couple dollars to stay in there. And Danny he got the money. But they stayed there, but they didn't stay in the presidential suite because I asked her about that. But the reason is because Danny does business for many, many businesses. There's a lot of, Danny got a couple dollars for a reason. He does logos and branding for multiple businesses. Probably a lot of things that you guys see every day, he actually did the branding for. So, and you would never know it. And there's places I wouldn't tell you about. I know about, but I wouldn't dox those businesses and stuff like that. I wouldn't dox him like that. But so I'm not surprised they were down here because he's been trying to do some work for some companies down here. And so he probably came down here to seal some information or seal some deals. And then Breaking just used that opportunity to act like she was really doing something to me. Bitch, you don't get the fuck out my face. Danny told you keep your ass off the internet. Didn't he fucking tell you that? Don't make me call Danny. Be like, Danny, you see this bitch still on here dropping receipts and shit? Look at this shit. This is why niggas doxing you, Danny. Daniel Stark. This is why people doxing you. Don't make no goddamn sense because your bitch is still online and still want the fuck shit. She still want the heat. That's why. I just had to drop that shit out here, child. Listen, you said same thing with me. I am human first. You said hi, Bernice. Okay, so y'all were able to hear me. Okay, good. You said he ain't the only one, child. You said, girl, please. You said she seemed hurt about the marriage comment, child. He said, binary clown stars intellectual incompetency the way the rest of the sector does, Mikey and Verla. Mm-hmm. He does it all the time. And she has learned to like adapt to it and make excuses for it because that's what he's conditioned her to do. Like he has conditioned her to believe that, I get after everybody. I come after everyone, and I do this and I do that. But I held binary to a standard the other day that he's not willing to hold, right? What he said is that they in Code Fam protect each other. They will protect one another all the way to the end of the earth, right? And now he done adopted Breaking the Culture into Code Fam, right? He done adopted her into Code Fam. She is alongside Stargate on the side, on the sideline chick, whatever. But she over there, she in there, So he got to protect his branding. He got to protect his bitches and, his niggas at all costs, okay? I mean, this Code Fam we talking about. So when Troll Gang hops out, he's like, shit, y'all bitches on y'all own. I don't know what the fuck y'all carry to. I don't want no parts. I don't want nothing. I'm like, well, shit, you got to protect your girl. You got to protect your girl. He don't want no parts, y'all. He don't want no fight with Ray. He don't want nothing to do with Jay Black, with Trishy Poo, none of these motherfuckers in the clouds. He don't want nothing to do with none of y'all niggas. Like, he's rolling out the red carpet for y'all to just leave him the fuck alone, okay? He don't want nothing to do with it. Matter of fact, if he got to kick these two bitches about the crib for y'all to leave him alone, he gonna do it, okay? Binary don't want no fucking parts at all. It don't make no sense. But he is always clowning her, and she has learned to literally adapt to it and make excuses for him, and it's okay. And so it is, right? If she like it, I fucking love it. I'm shit. I'm here for the entertainment of it all. Shit. You said the beautiful Bernice, how's it going? You said, I don't feel sorry for Star. Binary is tired of Star's needy ass. At this point, because now it's bringing him heat, right? He got Jay Black and all these other people jumping out the clouds. They rendering down recordings and doing all kinds of shit right in his face. He like, no. I don't want nothing to do with that. Y'all go right down the head. Y'all two bitches, here go your severance pay. I'm gonna go ahead and go my way. Y'all go your way. Y'all start y'all thing. Me and Identity. We gonna stay right on over here. We black today, okay? That's what we are. Shit. We don't want no part to any of this stuff. Shit. Shit. What's up, Very Perspectives? I appreciate you being in the building. You said, I'm good. I am Nivea. Hope all is good with you. You said, giving up the eyes here. You said, Very Perspectives. You said, good afternoon, Brown Sugar. How are you today? You said, on some fly shit. It really needs rehab. On some fly shit, you know? You know, on some fly shit, you know, like it's giving rehab on some fly shit. Word. Word. You said, do tell what you're going to do about it. Is she that nose candy? She like that nose candy. I have been told that she most definitely is into nose candy. And I'm going to tell you guys a story. Now, Shakim, one day after he finally decides that he's not fucking with this bitch no more, he'll probably end up telling this story too. But and I wish I can get a hold of I'm not gonna say who it is, because when I do, it's gonna be a fucking bomb. If I ever decide to, it would be a bombshell. But either way, and Photon he may be able to vouch for this too. But I can tell you guys for sure. Hold on, guys. Let me play a quick timer for you guys, because I actually got to do something real quick. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30-second timer. Hold up. Hold All right, my bad, y'all. Okay, so listen, I'll just say this. I can't confirm that at all, okay, because I don't do booger sugar, so I don't really know, right? But I can tell you this. She was definitely on a hell of a lot more than alcohol and weed, okay, that night. And I can't confirm what it is. I don't know what it was. All I know is that she was really irrational. And that she was just doing too much, right? We was at this place y'all seen the videos. Shakim showed the videos at one time, you know, where how she was behaving and the things that she was doing. Even Photon had vouched for how she was acting at the restaurant and stuff. She was acting very, very much out of character, you know, just kind of hunched over in these weird positions and spaces and stuff, and just doing the most, okay? She was all over that photographer, rubbing all on him, talking about his dick and how she done had it before. And, you know, it was just stuff. It was just out of the ordinary shit. And it was, you know, I've been drunk, okay? I think all of us have been drunk before. You know, I've done smoked plenty of weed before with my liquor, and I ain't acting nowhere close to the way she was acting, okay? This bitch was ready to get the police called on us and every fucking thing. Like, it was just too much. So, I mean, I know some people can't handle their liquor, but not to this level. This was just more. It was more than just regular I'm smoking and drinking type of high. It was different. So I can't say she isn't, right? I've heard she is. I've heard from some people who are very credible sources that she most definitely is into booger sugar. And that Danny actually supplies that habit. But I can't say whether or not that's true or not. I don't know. You know, I mean, that would be a hell of an expensive habit to have, you know, and be as broke as she is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But, you know, the thing is, you know, if you have a certain lifestyle very well may be able to pay for such a thing. And so, yeah, I would not be surprised at all. Also, you know, let's think about this too. There's even nights where she comes on these panels and she's just a little bit too loose at the mouth, you know, and just, you know, her even her personality will change even right before our very eyes or right before our very ears, you know, just hearing her talk, you know, even on a panel. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. I don't know. I can't say whether she isn't, you know, or not, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. You said, doing great, King. Hope the same for you. You said, maybe, but I was talking about her fashion sense. He said, Pete was cussing his ass off in front of his grandbaby. He's a fucking nut, and he had the nerve to compare himself to Samba. She's crazy, but he's a weirdo. He said, some messages are not showing T-Pre. Oh, really? Okay, let me take a look why. Are you able to show them? Because you have a wrench, so you should be able to just pull them up if they're not showing. You can review them, and as long as they're good, they're fine. I'll go over that and see why that is. I might have it on some kind of restriction for some reason and didn't mean to. You said on some fly shit though, right? It's giving on some fly shit, you know. You said why can't he help her with her branding? The lady is a struggle model and is, right? Well, he did do branding for a business that she was supposed to get off and going that is not doing anything, or she's not doing anything with that business. So he did do that branding, and it's pretty nice too. I'm not going to name it, but it is pretty nice. And there's some other stuff that he's done that I've seen, and I know it was him, and because his name is all on it, and it's decent. And these companies do very well. These celebrities do very well for themselves. So it's not Breaking the Culture that has the connections to all this. It's Danny that has these connections. But Breaking is so fucking ghetto. He just uses her to suck his fucking dick and shit, and his friends, allegedly, shit. That's it. And she just gets the benefits of living there, you know? I mean, I'm not excited about that lifestyle at all, sweetheart. At all. You said condition like Pavlov, allegedly. Ciao. You said Stephanie. You said, hey, brown sugar. You said, hey, the divine. You said, we black today, okay, right? Only at certain times he's black, right? You said binary. It's like you hoe is causing me problems. You hoes is causing me problems. Y'all got to go right now, okay? Shout out to Alan again for another $20 super chat. He said binary is used a master at using children for nefarious purposes. That's why I call her Starbait. Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, he wanted to call the police and then watch the black people get harassed. Child, I'm just saying. You said it could be pills. You said, but we all know what she do for a living. We all know what she been through. She rely on substances to deal with her trauma. Yeah, that's the way it seems. That's definitely the way it seems. And that's definitely a shame if that is the case. But listen, guys, I'm out of here. I wanted to just go ahead and touch bases on these things. You know, like I said, the Ray Triggs Breaking the Culture thing is dead. Ray put that in the dirt. Bitch, if you didn't come back on Saturday, like you literally had till Saturday to do it. Okay. Nobody believes you at this point. Well, receipts are receipts. You don't have to doctor receipts. You don't have to take time. Like literally you took the time, and it takes a minute to edit a video, right? To upload that video and post it and all that stuff. It takes a minute to get all that done. All the time you took to edit that video that you put up yesterday on this receipt on Ray, which only proved that you are more than one person in a chat room, right? That you are a couple of different people talking back and forth to yourself in a chat room, which only proved that even more that you're a liar. You taking the time to edit that video, you could have taken that same amount of time to just show us these alleged receipts that you got, you know, that would put Ray in the dirt. You did not do that, ma'am. You have pushed this video back and claimed it's because he is trying to force you to say something. Is he? No, he's not. You came up with Saturday. You said, I will be live on Saturday for everybody to see. Ray did not give you that time or that date. He was just like, we waiting for the time. Okay, we're going to be sitting front and center waiting for that shit. Every single one of us. And then when you go live, I'm going to go live and show the truth because we know that you lie. So we're going to show the truth. If it was fact and everything was real and all this other stuff, why are you acting? Why are you not, you know, going live and actually showing us? The way you went live and tried to show that fake motherfucking website, you could have shown the actual facts and been like, yeah, this is what I got on Ray. This is what Ray said. This is what's actually happening. And, you know, we're going to go ahead and do his is Triggs TV, Brown Sugar Baby. Yeah, Ray Triggs is Triggs TV. Anyway, you know, you could have did all that and you chose not to. And it's because you're lying. Okay. So nothing you tell us now, we know we can't believe it. We know it's going to be doctored. We know it's going to be made up. We know it's going to be a bunch of chopped up bullshit. We know it's going to be a bunch of shit. Like, period. That's what it's going to be. And it's all an attempt to distract us so that we all get off of anti-Afro Svengali's back. And we're not doing that now. Okay? You can continue to go down with this fight for AAS. Continue to go down with her. Continue to allow what happened, you know, to happen and all that. You're welcome, sweetheart. To happen and all this stuff and try to, you know, distract the people, change the narrative and, you know, try to make yourself a victim again. And, you know, every time somebody else is being held accountable for their bullshit, here you are with your victimhood as if you're really some kind of victim, yet you're still abandoning your kids. Okay. So we're over that. We're not going to keep going back and forth with that. Shakim, I don't know what to tell you, but good luck, son. Okay. You know, I'm not sure how that's going to work out for you or how that's going to work, but good luck and, you know, for whatever you're going to do. But the bottom line is, listen, you're barking up the wrong tree. And I know you know that. I know you're smarter than that. And I know you know this, right? So you have to have some reason for why you're doing it. So I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to let you do you. But just know that while you're throwing information out to the sector, right, just to be messy, you're not vetting the information, just like you didn't vet what happened with Rev G and that story. You didn't vet multiple things. You've got to start vetting the stuff before you put it out to the sector. Guys, listen, I will talk to y'all later. I truly appreciate y'all for being in the building. Make sure that all of you do hit the like button on the way out. And peace, guys. Talk to you guys soon.